To no surprise, there are numerous professional athletes who've had the opportunity to go pro in more than just one sport. Odds are if you're good enough to play in the big leagues, whether it be the NFL, NHL, or even UFC, then you likely have enough athleticism to excel in multiple sports. In fact, a few of the players covered in today's video were drafted in a couple professional sports leagues, and had they opted to go a different career path, who knows how different things could have been in the sports world. Let me know some other types of videos that you guys want to see moving forward on the channel, but for now, let's get into things, kicking us off with Patrick Mahomes.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm.
One of the best players currently in the NFL, on top of being the reigning Super Bowl MVP and champ, Mahomes was actually drafted to the MLB in 2014. Being the son of former pitcher Pat Mahomes Sr., it's no surprise Jr. was drawn to baseball, who to no surprise, has an absolute cannon of an arm. We see it on the football field, and at one point batters saw balls coming straight for them. Gross. With a teenage Mahomes throwing fastballs clocking in at the mid-90s. Considered a 3rd or 4th round prospect, Mahomes was drafted by the Detroit Lions in the 2014 draft, but was the 37th round pick after he had already committed to Texas Tech's University football program. Still, the Lions decided to take a chance on a young Mahomes, but to no surprise, the Lions failed to sign Mahomes to a contract, and the rest is history. Up next, we got Lebron James.
LeBron James.
LBJ is considered to be one of the best, if not the best ball player of all time. The debate between him and Jordan will likely go down until the end of time, but just like Jordan, LeBron could have played in multiple professional sports leagues. I mean, technically he still can, and for all we know, maybe he will, but until then, he belongs on this list. Prior to winning multiple championships and becoming one of the most loved or hated players in the NBA, depending who you ask, LeBron was a star receiver in high school, being named Ohio All-State receiver in his sophomore and junior seasons.
In the country narrowed his choices to Miami, USC, Michigan, and Ohio State before choosing basketball.
Given his height and athleticism, to no surprise, he garnered interest from multiple schools, hoping they'd be able to persuade him to come play some college football. Instead, he opted to go to the NBA straight out of high school, which was clearly a wise decision. But even during the 2011 NBA lockout, LeBron admitted he was starting to train for football and dreams about playing all the time, especially since he never got to play a snap his senior year. I mean, LeBron is following in Jordan's footsteps by taking the league over. He's starring in Space Jam 2, and although MJ played baseball for a bit, I think if LeBron joined an NFL team, that would solidify his role as the true GOAT. No shade to baseball players, but football just seems a little tougher. Moving on to Anders Lee.
Anders Lee, number 9, left wing.
The captain of the New York Islanders is not only a very talented hockey player, but also excelled in multiple sports throughout his youth. At one point, he was a long track speed skating national champion and actually held a record. Lee also played baseball in high school, and in his junior year was an all-state pitcher. The same season, he was also playing third base. However, it seems where Anders wowed the most was the football field. Lee was an all-state QB in his senior year of high school, and that's because of plays like this. To say Anders Lee could have gone pro in multiple sports wouldn't be an understatement, but he ultimately decided to go with hockey. Still, that doesn't mean he didn't have his fair share of choices when it came to university. D1 schools including Harvard, Minnesota, and Denver all showed interest in recruiting Lee to play football or hockey, but in the end he would take his talents to Notre Dame and in 2009 would get drafted by the Islanders. Easily the most surprising in today's video, we got Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, tomorrow night I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
Before taking over the UFC lightweight division and smashing everyone, Khabib was wrestling bears. But that's not the sport he could have gone pro in. I mean, he probably could have. Have you guys seen this guy wrestle a bear before? Insane. Anyways, Khabib is actually a frequent player of what's referred to as Dagestani basketball. It's a mix of rugby and basketball, as players don't dribble the ball and never get called for travel, but it appears they could only pass behind them. Either way, Khabib is pretty good, and the man can definitely shoot the ball, as seen here. He's currently the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and now that he's retired, at least for the time being, maybe he will go pro in the Dagestani Basketball League. Now to cap this video off, guys, we got Russel Wilson.
NC State player and Wisconsin star quarterback Russell Wilson.
The man's consistently at the top of the ranks season after season, and to no surprise, he's good at multiple sports. Right out of high school, Wilson was drafted by the Orioles, but the future QB decided to go to NC State, citing an importance on education. Wilson would go on to play both baseball and football at NC State until he got drafted by the Rockies in the 2010 MLB draft. He would end up reporting to their spring training and playing for an affiliate team while also playing his senior year of college football for Wisconsin. In 2012, he told the Rockies he was pursuing a career in the NFL, but to this day his rights are still being moved around the MLB. Currently they belong to the Yankees, whom he suited up for one pinch hit, striking out in 5 pitches in 2018. That's it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one down below and what other types of sports or sports videos you guys would like to see. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you soon.